All right, what is up, everybody? This is Ferny Ceballos. Friday. Welcome to your daily dose of awesome in your life. 15 minutes of daily motivation, inspiration, and education, so you can get your day started right. Today's topic, it was going to be a live Q&A, and I'm still going to take live questions. So if you have those questions, make sure to post them in the description right now, so I can take them on. But I did want to touch on a few things, not really a lesson, but actually touch on a few things as it relates to the FTC, the chairwoman of the FTC, and MLM attorney Kevin Thompson's interpretation of that something that happened recently at the DSA conference, the Direct Selling Association conference. So I want to share a little bit on that. I also want to share a couple of books I'm reading that might give you a little perspective in terms of stages in your business. So with that said, my name is Ferny Ceballos. I'm a lead generation online marketing expert specializing in helping home business owners, including network marketers, direct sellers, and affiliate marketers, multiply their incomes using the internet. Now, if you're brand new to this broadcast, if you're brand new to Elite Marketing Pro, just know that here we help direct sellers, network marketers use internet marketing strategies. I built my first six-figure network marketing business within a couple of years of discovering the information we teach here at Elite Marketing Pro as it relates to how to build using the internet. And over the past 10 years, I've been responsible for over $11 million in gross income into my home businesses, and have been responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars more in the incomes and successes of our clients here at Elite Marketing Pro, our clients and students. So this stuff works. In fact, one of the big reasons why I chose to take my business online and build a brand and a following as I have today is for a lot of the reasons we're going to talk about today as it relates to FTC regulation, companies getting shut down or disappearing or whatever. And so if you're new to our training, I highly recommend that you subscribe. There's to our online recruiting bootcamp. There's a link in the description. So when you're done, or if you want to go through the description now, in that description, there's a link, elitemarketingpro.com/go. That'll basically allow you to get 10 free lessons, video lessons, on how it is we actually do lead generation and follow-up and education online, so that we can basically build our businesses using the internet, using internet marketing strategies. So that information is in the description. I also have some resources, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but that's the most important one if you're brand new to this. Also, if you want to be able to tune in live every day, Monday through Friday, and get notified when we go live, what you want to do right now is on the top right corner, if you're watching this on mobile, on the top right corner of the video, if you click there, it's gonna show a little ellipsis symbol, like 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots. That'll open up a menu where you can like our fan page if you haven't done so already, and also be able to turn on notifications so that when we actually post a new video or new training, you get a little ping on your phone, and then you can pretty much check it out whenever you're available, whether it be live or later on. So be sure to do that. We now are delivering our best and most impactful training exclusively through this fan page. It doesn't even go out to our email list, and so that's the only way to get access to that training. Also, if you're watching this on desktop, you can pretty much do the same thing, subscribe to these live feeds, by going to our Elite Marketing Pro fan page. Right above the description, you click on our link and our logo. It'll take you to our fan page. Click like if you haven't liked it already, and then that same like button, there's a pull-down menu where you can turn on notifications and basically be able to join us live as well, or be notified whenever we post a new video. So with that said, I want to dive in. I want to actually check you guys out on Facebook, make sure that I'm broadcasting, and if I'm not muted, hopefully. Let me see. Okay, there I am. Let me see. Check you guys out on Facebook, make sure. There you go. You guys hear me okay? Broadcasting, and if I'm not muted. Okay, fantastic. All right. So let me address a little bit. So again, if you have questions, those of you who are live, if I can answer any questions as it relates to your business, please post them in the comments. I know a lot of you kind of just like to tune in. Some of you are driving, so you can't do that. So, but those of you who are able to type in, make sure to post in, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions related to your business, online marketing, online recruiting. Our guest yesterday, Julie Burke, is awesome. And so if you have any questions on kind of how she does what she does. I'll have to address it as best I can. So with that said, so I want to talk about so there was a recent conference this past week. It was the DSA conference, so Direct Selling Association. Basically, it's kind of like the not a governing body for the industry, but it basically kind of unifies the industry as best it can. So all the direct selling and network marketing companies are a part of it. And so at that conference, the FTC Chairwoman Edith Ramirez gave a speech on what she expects of the network marketing industry moving forward as a chairwoman, and kind of more or less giving the industry guidelines on how to operate. There was a lot of talk about the Herbalife settlement with the FTC. In fact, in the description of this live, you can actually go to a blog post that I wrote that was actually largely based on Kevin Thompson's review of that settlement. And so I kind of made it even simpler. So Kevin's been awesome, and actually I linked I've tagged Kevin here, and I also linked to a blog post where he actually reports on the FTC Chairwoman Edith Ramirez's speech at the DSA conference. So go check that out. It's a great read if you want to get a lot more detail on everything. But I like to kind of break things down and simplify things for people so that everything's clear. And so that's what I've done. So there's a link to the Herbalife blog post that I did, which pretty much kind of boils down, brings things down to a simple conversation on what might be expected of you in the future in your network marketing business. And then also there's a link to Kevin Thompson's blog on the FTC Chairwoman speech. But basically the speech was essentially about telling the industry how they should be operating moving forward. And she basically said that the Herbalife decision is an excellent guide to follow. As far as if you're going to start a network marketing company, that's an excellent guide to follow. And also what that means is it's going to obviously affect how network marketing is promoted moving forward, how we operate, how, up until now, most network marketing companies have been very recruitment focused, meaning they rely on personal consumption for the majority of their volume and not really servicing retail customers. Or if they are servicing retail customers, they don't tag them as retail customers. They pretty much bring them in as reps. And so it looks like the company has very few customers when it actually, a good percentage of the reps are actually not actively building and they're actually customers. And so that's led to problems because the labeling is important. So anyway, so it is, the bottom line is that the Herbalife settlement is going to be a strong guideline for the rest of the industry, and that pretty much means the elimination of auto ship, requiring auto ship as part of the comp plan or as part of a requirement for compensation. That's out. If also requiring that the company do 2/3 of their volume has to be retail sales. And so Kevin Thompson actually in his blog post, in his video that's accompanies that blog post, said that very likely part of that high standard might be punitive, meaning it's kind of like it was a penalty. So it was kind of like, hey, Herbalife, because you kind of peed us off, we're gonna make this a little hard on you. That's kind of like the idea. But he expects that 50% of volume needs to be retail will be the standard moving forward once some more guidelines come out. And so that's and personal consumption. You have to actually have customers, and that's the biggest deal there. Now, with that said, so the FTC Chairwoman basically said this is the Herbalife settlement is the guideline, and also Kevin kind of broke things down in terms of his own guidelines for a company on how they should be operating moving forward. And I actually wrote it down. He called it remodel. He created an acronym for, or it's not an acronym, but I forgot what he mentioned. He's a smart dude. He's an attorney, obviously. And so he broke something down. I want to actually show that to you because as I was listening to his video, I started actually writing on my whiteboard, and it was very, very interesting. So basically, Kevin Thompson gave some guidelines, and he calls it remodel. That's kind of how he labeled this overall guideline on how to actually operate a network marketing company. And obviously, a lot of you are reps of a company, not operating the company. But this will also be a good guideline for you to know whether you should expect trouble in your company moving forward. If you end up spending the time and effort to build it, is your company operating within those guidelines? And if they're not, do they intend to? Is there a plan to do that moving forward? Because ultimately, you're in the business for yourself. You are ultimately responsible for what happens in your life as a result of building a network marketing. Your company is not your business. They're a part of your business. You are your business. You're the CEO of your business. Your company is essentially a manufacturer for your product, for the product that you promote. But at any point, you can choose to promote different products. You can choose to align yourself with an affiliate program in addition to promoting your network marketing company. Whatever it is, you have to accept responsibility and know that you are the business and not the company. And so with that said, so these are the guidelines that Kevin talked about as it relates to what he would recommend a company follow. So stands for no required inventory purchases. So again, auto ship. You can't be required to be on auto ship. You also can't be required to buy a minimum number of product in order to qualify somehow for your comp plan in any way. So that's a big one. Number two is that earnings representations need to stop. Basically, well, Kevin's not only is he saying stop flashing the cars, stop flashing the checks. He's not only saying that. Don't be talking about earning a full-time income. In fact, he even says don't even talk about earning a part-time income. Just basically the standard for him as far as he's concerned is talking about, hey, you can make a supplemental income from this, and that's pretty much how you limit it in terms of how do you promote the business opportunity. And so big earnings representations need to stop. The flashy cars, all that stuff, is in his opinion, is not going to fly moving forward. And then M, monitor the field and catch infractions. Again, you can catch all this and read it more in detail on Kevin's blog. I highly recommend you guys follow him. But monitor the field. So basically, rather than waiting for the FTC or regulators or the Better Business Bureau or whatever to file complaints about your company, actively be monitoring what's happening in your organization, in your company, with the different teams and leaders, so you can catch infractions and be proactive about doing that as opposed to waiting for a regulator to say something. And so that's what he recommends, and that's what the government's going to recommend. O stands for over 50% volume retail, and so again, Herbalife is 2/3, 66%. Requirement, but he expects that a more reasonable level would be 50% retail of overall volume, and then the other 50% would obviously be from personal consumption of the distributor, because obviously most of us as distributors do consume the product. In fact, I still consume many MLM products to this day. So that's because our products for the most part tend to be really, really good. The D stands for depth. And basically what that means is rank advancement based on personal retail requirements, meaning you're not considered a leader and you're not going to be given certain pin or rank advancements unless you're personally producing a significant amount of volume. And what that volume is left up to interpretation, but I'm guessing that it'll probably be a 50% requirement. So yeah, so not only is it about the size of your organization, is how much are you actually retailing yourself? And so that's that. E is for educate reps on policies. So have an education program on what you can and cannot do. And he actually says that this is actually one of the more difficult things to do because it requires a lot of resources and it requires to actually get the attention of your reps. And when they're excited and jumping off the walls as to at the fact that they're going to get rich or seemingly so, they're not paying attention to the boring stuff. So there has to be an education program. And labeling, properly label people. Who's a representative or distributor? Who's a preferred customer? Somebody that basically signed up as a distributor but is not going to build. They just want to buy at wholesale. And who's a customer? And you got to be able to label those clearly. That's one of the issues that I think Vima got in trouble with, where they were signing up reps as distributors, but they weren't really distributors. They were actually just customers at wholesale, and they weren't properly labeled, and that screwed them up when the government kind of brought the hammer down. So labeling. So these are the few things that Kevin talked about. Again, he can go into a lot more detail. He actually has a transcript of the FTC Chairwoman's speech. And so the link is actually inside the description of this blog, so you can check that out. Now, I'm kind of a geek, so I'm talking about this. Actually, for most of you in Elite Marketing Pro or just getting started, it probably doesn't make much of a difference. You guys are learning lead generation and generating prospects online and online recruiting, ads, Facebook ads, all that stuff. But it's good to kind of be aware of this stuff. Also in your copy, if you're making big income claims or any claims at all, you want to think, it's good to think twice about wanting to do that. I know it's tempting. It's certainly, I've been guilty of it in the past as well, but ultimately you want to represent your business fairly. It's actually one of the reasons why at Elite Marketing Pro, why even though we have an affiliate program where people can refer others to our memberships, that we actually de-emphasize the affiliate program, and we want people to join our membership and our mentorship levels based on the merits of what they're receiving, not because, I can make some money doing this. And so that's been a big thing for us as far as kind of repositioning and focusing on retail, essentially. So even though we're just an affiliate program, just like Amazon has an affiliate program and many other companies have affiliate programs, I'm keeping an eye on this stuff because I want to see how it fits for us. If the FTC came into our business tomorrow, what would they find? And I want to make sure that we're ahead of that. Not that they would, but that's kind of how I think also. So that's it, guys. If there's any questions? I know some of you guys are really happy that I'm talking about this, and some of you guys are already following Kevin, which is really cool. And so again, highly recommend you follow Kevin Thompson. He's actually consulted with not only a lot of network marketing companies, but he's consulted with a lot of online hybrid programs. So affiliate programs that kind of, are MLM-ish, but they're, for the most part, purely online. And so he's consulted with a few friends of mine as well. So that's it. And with that, also, I guess we're almost out of time, and I wanted to share a couple of books I'm reading right now for you guys. And again, if you have any questions, now's the time to do it. So there's a couple books that you see, as you grow in your business, the things you focus on and the things you learn are going to change dramatically. I'm no longer right now, I'd say about 10 to 20% of my time is focused on marketing stuff, and the rest of the time where I'm learning and implementing is focused on higher level of business. So you're going to see right now, you guys are learning. If you're part of our community, you're learning how to run traffic from Facebook. And you're pretty much focused on that. Eventually, you're going to learn copywriting and building funnels and building that strong brand. And there's always an evolution that happens in terms of the things you focus on once you've mastered a certain level. And so now I'm at the high level where we're growing our team at Elite Marketing Pro, and I'm actually going to be part of a mastermind with the actual rich dad. So not Robert Kiyosaki, but his mentor, the rich dad. He's a real person, and I'm going to a mastermind in a couple weeks with him that's being led by him. And there's a couple books that they're asking us to read. The first book is Who, and it's all about hiring. This is probably not relevant for most of you, but this is about hiring people. And so hiring people for your organization, for your company. And the other book that I need to dive into is Good Strategy, Bad Strategy. And so those are the couple books that I'm reading right now, and you can see they have nothing to do with marketing or traffic or any of that stuff. That's just how the business evolves. And much like I'm focusing on following Kevin Thompson stuff, I need to kind of a lot of my time is less focused on marketing and more on higher level stuff of a corporate executive, which is strange to say. So just know there's always going to be growth in your business. There's always going to be the necessity to continue to challenge yourself at every level. And the bottom line, for those of you who are finding this difficult, it's always going to stay hard. It's always going to stay difficult to stay on top of things. At times, it'll always be overwhelming, and you kind of just have to accept that as a fact of life as an entrepreneur, or go back to your job and keep life simple but uninteresting. So with that said, guys, Von Dow is like, Keith. Yeah, it's Keith, man. That's the rich dad. So I'll report more on that after the mastermind in a couple weeks. So if you guys want to hear about my experience with the actual Rich Dad, then I think that'd be a good daily dose of awesome. So just checking out your questions, guys. You're welcome, Vondell. No problem. You're welcome, Connie. Thanks, Jeannie. Hello, Lisa, Kaylee. Okay, guys. Well, we're 20 minutes in. So again, I brought some topics to talk about, and feel free to post any questions in the comments, in case there's anything that pops up in your mind after you watch this video. But that's it for the weekend. I will be back on Monday. I don't know if actually Vitaly's going to be with me on Monday, so we're going to talk about some cool copywriting stuff, going back to marketing, and put away this higher level stuff for a later time. So with that said, thanks a lot for being here, guys. I really appreciate you all, and have a great weekend. Take care.